That was a silly mistake. So it turns out, after a careful and thorough investigation, that the reason the battery kept running down on Big Red was because the trolley brake was engaged, which turned on the brake lights sporadically. And sometimes they'd stay on for 20 minutes and then they'd shut off and they'd turn back on again in the middle of the night. And it kept running the battery down. So I'm charging up the battery, hopefully one last time. Seems like I've been doing it pretty often here. It's not really good for the batteries, but that was a good lesson learned. So looking up in the cab here, this is the trolley brake. What that does is it engages the brakes on the trailer, and you can use that for several different things. If you've got a trailer with sliding tandems on it and you need to slide them, you can engage the brakes and then pull forward until the pins break loose, and then you're good to go. You can also use them for just only braking on the trailer. Let's say you're sitting in a stoplight or something and you're trying to get going and you're on a hill, you can engage the trolley brake to hold you in place. So that's where it was actually sitting. There's really like no resistance on it whatsoever. Even when the truck's, even when the air is fully pumped up in the truck, it was still sitting right there. So now I'm gonna charge the batteries up, pull it up to the shed, and try thinking about how I'm gonna drain the tank out of this truck. I just got the fuel filter for it, and hopefully I can have that all resolved by the time I go and get it DOT'd inspection next week now. There it goes. Are we full already?
5 gallons. I don't even know if that's a 5 gallon vac now that you say that. Doesn't really look like it.
No.
I think it's a 2.5. It's better.
Shouldn't have diesel fuel, it won't spontaneously combust. Stuff has a blue tint to it. Just got finished vacuuming out the fuel tank, and it's all the way down to the bottom. I was considering taking the drain plug out and doing it that way, but somebody had mentioned on one of my previous videos. No, you didn't. You suggested the shop vac. Someone else suggested that I use the vacuum, or that I vacuum it out.
Still, it's you use the shop vac, so Travis for the
Yeah. Anyway, someone suggested it, and we couldn't think of a way to clean it out, or we couldn't think of a way to empty it cleanly without risking losing a bunch of fuel to the dirt. So we figured this is probably the best way to do it, and it worked really well. I think there was about 15 gallons in there, which is what I was kind of guesstimating. But now that that's empty, I'm gonna have a peeker on the inside, try to see if I can notice anything. But the fuel's all cleaned out now. So the next step is to go, after I change the fuel filter, is to go and fill it back up. I'll probably make 2 trips. I don't have any large fuel tank. We can't fill it up from the farm tank because that's dyed diesel. Could, just frowned upon. But it's kind of gunky in there. Yeah, I would say that's algae. So I'm gonna put a bunch of algae kill in it and hope for the best.
Hope it's not a word we like to use around this farm.
Tornado watch until Thursday, 10 p.m.
Gee, I hope that doesn't hit us.
So there's the bottom plug for the fuel tank. That black gunky stuff on there that you see is a good sample of what's in the tank. Now before I go and get fuel to fill up the tank, Travis is working on taking off the end cap on the unloading auger. We gotta do some work on that, so we're gonna yank the auger out. Now I know he's standing in the JCB bucket right now, but when it comes to working on your own equipment, there's really no holds barred.
Got your hands on it? Nope. Yep. We've got 2 more to go. Okay, I got my hand. Can you start walking down or not?
No.
I'm gonna come out 1 more.
Good.
Okay. I'm practically out.
Yeah, I can go straight down the ground with it now. I can hold it up.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, what I'm worried about is the fact that that vertical one's gonna be throwing
So much more up.
WFO corn. I'm just worried about it stripping this back, not being able to pull it back long enough. I mean, that thing's only 2 years old, and look how much that thing's, it's waved out already. Obviously not about to change it yet. That front, both those bearings aren't that old, but they're out and I'll have to replace them.
Went to the gas station and got a bunch of diesel. I tried spraying it out a little bit on the inside with diesel, just try to rinse it out. I pulled the bottom plug, and there was quite a bit of, not quite a bit, but there was some sludge resting on the bottom of the tank, so I tried to clean it out as best I could. Pretty much my options were to completely take the tank off if you really want to get all that stuff out of there, or you can just put some of that biocide in the tank and then just change fuel filters repeatedly. I've been told that it's gonna burn through a couple of fuel filters getting it all cleaned out, but it's one of the best ways to clean out any algae that's inside the tank. But I did try spraying it down a little bit with diesel, and rinsed it out a little bit, but there's only so much you can do without reaching in there and doing some scrubbing. But I'm afraid to know how much I would knock loose if I were to start scrubbing in there and I wasn't able to get it out by rinsing it with diesel. So I'm gonna put maybe 10, 15 gallons in here, and then I'm gonna run to the gas station with it and fill it up. Just broke open the fuel filter. It's pretty black on the inside. So I'm gonna take that approach. I just got the truck running. It's idling good. DOT inspection next week. Shouldn't be any more problems that I know of. I pretty well addressed all the things that I wanted to tackle after today. So I'm gonna take the truck up and fill her full. Travis is waiting outside with the 4640. We're gonna put the truck and all the tractors inside because we're under tornado watch right now. And the last 3 nights, we've gotten a bunch of rain, crazy lightning, and I haven't been able to make any videos because every time I go home to work on one, it starts lightning. And twice now, 2 nights, I was trying to make a video and the power shut off on me. And I don't really want to risk sacrificing my computer because I don't have the uninterruptible power supply yet that I ordered from Best Buy. So it's starting to get dark back there already, but we're going to try to race up to New Horizons and come on back before the storm hits. This is one expensive hobby. Just the necessities. You know how that is.
Producing a tornado is located near Bloomington, or 11 miles southeast of Prairie du Chien, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, Bloomington's straight that way.
Hazards include tornado. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of northwestern Grant County, including the following locations: Patch Grove, Mount Hope, and Millville.
It's not around us, thankfully.
Repeating,
But
a
still,
tornado warning
it's like
has been issued
right
until
there.
6:30 p.m. for the following county: Grant, Wisconsin.
Well, that's a little bit of excitement added to this evening that I wasn't expecting. I don't think, once the storms roll in, I don't think I'm gonna have much chance to edit tonight either. We gotta get this big girl in the shed before the rain starts.